New cards, PogChamp. New cards, PogChamp. All right, before we do this, let me get something out of the way. These videos keep doing very well, but the sub count isn't increasing. We got like 100 subs this last month. The videos keep doing better and better, which means new people are seeing them and clicking them every day, but they're not subscribing. And all I have to say to you if you're one of those people is, who are you kidding? We all know where this is going. Click the button. All right, let's talk about cards. Learn the darkest secrets of the labyrinth with Dark Guardian. Okay. So if you're unfamiliar, Para and Dox are not only DM era villains, they're also GX era villains. And you know what? Actually, let's listen to Para and Dox real quick. What's the Speed Duel midterm ad? Yeah, Speed Duel midterm Paradox ad. All right? Let's just listen to this ad together. Now, you all have to remember, DM came out in 2004.
Speed Duel GX Midterm Paradox. Gather your friends and clean their clocks. With 4 new decks all in one box. Prove you're clever like a fox. With Speed Duel
And you'd better suck our cocks.
GX Midterm Paradox. Over 100 cards per box. Each box sold separately.
Oh. It was a different era, chat. This was right after Star Wars Episode 1. This is getting out of hand. Now there are 2 of them. You know, that kind of thing. Also, one of them is like clearly Kaiba. It's clearly Eric Stewart doing the voice. It's okay. Okay, so anyway, in the GX season, Para and Dox summon this asshole instead of Gate Guardian. So, you know, here we go. This card is always treated as a Gate Guardian card. Can it be normal summoned or set? Must be special summoned with Dark Element. From your hand to graveyard by shuffling one Song of the Thunder, one Kazugen and a Suijin into the deck from among your face-up cards on the field in your handed graveyard and face-up banished cards. Can't be destroyed by battle. This special summoned card by Dark Element is unaffected by monsters' effects and your opponent's activated spell effects. This is kind of horrifying. I know that everyone's like, oh, this card isn't very good, but this is a card that if you've summoned it properly is unaffected by monsters' effects and can't be destroyed by battle. Like, you have to imperm it. That's the only thing you can do. Or you have to be playing White Woman in the extra, I suppose. Yami no Shugosa. No. Shugosha. 2 SHs. Dark Element. Normal spell card. If you have a Gate Guardian monster in your graveyard, pay half your life points. Special summon to level 11 or higher Gate Guardian monster from your hand, deck, or graveyard, ignoring the summoning conditions. You can banish this card from your graveyard. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, so this is a little weird. This first summoning condition, shuffling a Song of the Thunder, Kazugen, and Suijin, that's really easy to accomplish, but unfortunately, it's pretty much useless if your opponent can just spin it away with anything, right? If you get a Gate Guardian into your graveyard and find Dark Element, it's really crazy. And there is actually a really easy way to bin a Gate Guardian, and that is, this is going to shock you all, Isold. Gate Guardian is a warrior for some reason, so you can add it off Isold, then go for like Neospatian Aqua Dolphin and pitch the Gate Guardian for cost. And then it's in the graveyard for Dark Element, but you still need to find Dark Element, which is not guaranteed. It's cool, and like this card is strong, but I just don't think one good card summoning one strong monster is enough to build a deck around, and it's certainly not splashable enough that I would consider it in any of the existing decks that are playing Isold. You can thrust it. I guess so. Oh, this is searchable by way of the Gate Guardian support? But then you have to be playing explicitly Gate Guardian, in which case making Isold is going to be freaking impossible, Lois. Combo video? All right, what are we working with? I can already tell this is the worst deck I've ever seen in the entire universe. Like, I'm sorry. Like, I'm watching them play out a deck with all of the classic extendo pieces, and I'm just like, no, any competent deck could do your laundry with this amount of powerful cards. No, no. Next up. Wait, I still function. The cover artwork for Terminal World features the new monsters for Ice Barrier, which we've already looked at, Infernoid, which we've already looked at, Genx, and a fourth unknown group. That's Ritual Beasts, baby! We're back. But before we go beast mode, let's look at the new Genx shit. First up, Arms of Genx Return 0. This is Cataster? Is this Cataster with Genx technology? Okay. When your opponent activates a monster effect, quick effect, you can banish a monster from your graveyard with the same attribute as that monster, but a different one. Oh God, this is like written by an AI. When your opponent activates a monster effect, banish a monster from your graveyard with the same attribute as that monster, but a different one than those banished to activate this effect of this card's name per turn. Negate the activation and destroy that monster. So it's negation access code. Okay. Once per turn, you can target up to 6 of your Genx monsters, shuffle that into the deck, then pop them any spell traps. Am I crazy here? This seems really good. This card looks incredibly strong. It's a semi-generic 10. You know, a Dark Tuner. It's like decent in Dragon Link. It seems really good. You get to draw off the branded beast, or the rebranded. Good in Magic-y. Okay. I could see this seeing play. This is the card that everyone's been creaming their jeans about, so I guess I'll read this. Repair Genx Controller. 1 level 4 lower Genx. If this card is link summoned, add a Genx monster from your graveyard to your hand. So you're meant to normal Undyne, then add it back. Once per chain, if a Genx is added to your hand except by drawing, immediately after this effect resolves... oh, no. Normal a Genx monster. Special monsters from the extra deck for the rest of the turn except by synchros by using Genx tuners. Oh, God. Yeah, so that's not once per turn. And none of the Genx's are once per turn either because they're balanced around using your normal. I'm going to go out on a limb here. I am going to say that this card is only okay. I think it's funny and a cool build around and enables Genx to do a cool thing where they normal summon a quadrillion times. But at the end of the day, you are playing Genx's. You are only synchro summoning, which really puts a cap on what you are able to do. He's going to be part of a deck that's playing a shitload of insanely bad monsters that are very weak to disruption. And I feel like if you go second or face an opponent that's playing Imperm, don't you immediately lose? Yeah, I think that if Morphtronic Telephon has taught me anything, it's that you're allowed to print cards that win the game as long as they lose to every piece of interaction and the surrounding cards are terrible. It's bad Dark Warrior FTK. The concept people are building around is you run cross out an Eagle Booster to insulate your combo at all costs, but that sucks ass. That mega sucks ass. R Genx Undyne. Cool. Genx Undyne is an R Genx. Lore. Banish a Genx from your graveyard. It becomes that. If you control a Genx Synchro monster, target 2 Genx's, add them to your hand. That's cool, but it it macros you. Genx Turing. During the main phase, if you control a Genx monster, you can special summon this card from your hand, then Synchro summon a Genx. It's a tuner. If this card on the field is used as Synchro material for a Genx, it can be treated as a level 1 or 3. This card's crazy. This card's nice as hell. More stuff like this. Wow, what a really cool card for it. But this one's kind of mid. This one is fragile. And this one, I think, will have a better home in generic decks. Ally of Gustus, by the way. Ooh, now we're going to get to see the animation on our Locomotion Genx. Combo demonstration? Sure. You! Hi, I'm Gen X Ally Birdman. And I'm Gallus. And we're the Blowjob Brothers. Dulorin! It's a who's who of fucking assholes. Damn! That's just crazy. So, what does it do to Fenrir? Oh, man. Not to be the guy who, like, here's my out to your board, sphere mode. But, like, this loses to everything, right? Like, the new guy maybe shores up some of the weaknesses. It's 2 negates in the new guy. That kind of sucks. What do you do going second? Who the fuck asked that? Next up. Okay, now let's talk about a good deck. Swim deep into the cosmos with more Ghoti! Oh, we've entered the stage in our TCG Exclusives evolution in which the OCG gets a card that just fixes all the TCG's problems. Spiral Sleeper, Beatrice, Kai. Okay, well, we haven't gotten one recently. Ghoti no Oboro. Okay, so first off, whoever was drawing these Ghoti did not get the memo. They're supposed to be cosmic, not dead. We have Kif, like from Futurama. Haze of the Ghoti. You can only use the first, second, and third effects of this card's name once per turn. If you control a fish monster, you can special summon this monster from your hand. Already peak. This is already peak. If a monster is special summoned to your opponent's field, target one of them and one of your banished 6 or lower fish monsters. Banish both your opponent's target and this card and special the other target. Double peak. Holy shit. That's like the strongest effect ever. During the standby phase, the next turn after this card was banished, you can special summon this banished card. This is unbelievable. This card's incredibly powerful. SP Little Fish is absolutely right. Super excited to see how we integrate this card. Next up, Moonlight of the Ghoti. So this is, I think, supposed to pair around Snapoisis, which is the other 6 that's like half of the synchros. If this card is normal or special summoned, you can add a fish monster from your deck to your hand, except Piss Moonlight of the Ghoti, then banish a fish monster from your hand or face-up field. So that's insane, right? If you target this with Kif, you summon this back, trigger its effect, grab Zep, special Zep, and then, hey, let's just perform a synchro summon. I think that's how that works. Additionally, it adds a fish, which means that you can just grab Coelacanth. I don't know if we'll be going in on Coelacanth, but I certainly hope so. If this card becomes banished, you can banish a fish monster from your hand, face up, field, or graveyard, except Moonlight of the Ghoti. Special summon this card. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. These are such great cards for the strategy. But again, this card just looks like a normal dead fish. They're supposed to look cosmic. Next up. Not only did we get the 2 main deck monsters, we have a new fish that you can make from the extra deck. That is right. New fish synchro. So this one is called Chiyu, the Ruinous Ravager. Let's see what we got. You can only use the first and second effect of this card's name once per turn. If this card is sent to the graveyard as synchro material, you can special summon 2 lamp tokens that are 2s, and you're fish locked. If you control a fish synchro, you can banish this card from your graveyard, target a card on the field, and destroy it. This card's insane. They gave this fucking deck Dandelion? Now, notably, we just saw Kif is not a tuner. So you can spend your normal on like a Shift, special a Kif, make fish lamp, and then you can just go off. I like this a lot. I hope that this solves all the fish issues. I will say, I don't think it's going to spend long in the format because I know that they're suspect testing this guy already. I expect he'll end up in Ubers. Oh, there's an alt art? Fuck off. All right, next up. We got some snore-inducing ones. Achieve a greater blessing with Sebek Sorcerer. Look at this fucking thing. Ugh. Women? I want to see alligators! All right, what are we working with here? When this card your monster points to inflicts battle damage to your opponent, gain the same amount of life points. If either player gains life points, you can make each player take 1,000. I could see it showing up some places as a way to like get the game to a position where you can't possibly lose, but in very specific decks. Like, you got to understand, this is going to compete with extra deck space with SP Little Knight. So, you know, good luck. This is really all I can say. And we got one more. Continue the journey, an endless passage of stars and frosts. So this is an incomprehensible art. I thought that was the bad guy for this season of the Vsauce Lore. All I can say about this one is, oh, cool. Vsauce Lore. I love Vsauce Lore. It's like my favorite. That's Rykart? Have I never seen Rykart? If a monster you controlled was destroyed by a spell effect or an opponent's card effect and sent to the graveyard this turn, conduct your next battle phase twice. First up, you can't just print that on a card. Magic ass bullshit. If a monster you control is returned to the deck or face down extra deck while this card is in your graveyard, add this card to your hand. Yeah, I don't ever think I would want this effect. The current theory is that Vsauce is going back in time and redoing Vsauce, except to get a good ending this time. He's save scumming. Wait, but Vsauce got a good ending. He became one with all of these other incarnations, right? No. No, he died. No, he fucking died. The universe ended. Veda sent him back in time. Well, then why would he do that if doing this helps him get the good ending? No, he became Astroloud and got killed. I don't know. It's Vsauce. No one cares. It's literally Samsara. Listen, if you want to make an archetype about the cycle of death and rebirth, that's your prerogative. But it is my decision not to play that shit. I sent him far into the future, where my dog shit deck is meta. There is no future for you, Manadium. I disagree. And then he sends him to YouTube, where everyone's labbing combos. We have to find a time portal. We go back and convince people to read the Pearly cards. I don't. No, I'm not in for this one. All right. I mean, I'm really excited for the Ghoti cards. I think the Genx cards are pretty overhyped, but still interesting. I hope that we get a a retcon where Para and Dox are actually just impersonators.